all you cool cats and space cowboys. It's time for Cosmic Tea with your host, Avalon Starlight.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Cosmic Tea Podcast. I'm super excited about today's episode because I think it answers a question that some of you guys might actually have. So if you've been with me since I started my journey, you will know that Avalon Starlight is not my birth name. It's out there. I mean, I really wish that I have parents who are like, I'm going to name my child Avalon Starlight, but that didn't happen. So I really want to just kind of give you the story of how I stepped into this name. And I know that we're in a place in society where we're starting to recognize that we get to choose things for ourselves, right? Like we get to choose our gender, our names, the way that we love. There's no limitations anymore. And my story is kind of unique. And I want to share what's possible when you are completely tuned in to the divine, to source energy, when you listen to the messages that you receive and you allow yourself to honor that you are on a cosmic path, that you are on a journey of self-discovery. And so it all began, I can actually do that. It all began on a beautiful, cloudy day. Actually, it was a cloudy morning in Estes Park, Colorado. I was there actually speaking at a writer's retreat, which was really exciting. I will say that Estes Park, Colorado is divine. It's actually on a bed of crystal. And so the energy there is really powerful. And I was in my morning meditation and I was just doing what I do, closing my eyes, getting my vibe on, focusing on my breath when clear as day, I received from Spirit, your name is Avalon. And again, this is not something that I was thinking about doing. I had included Avalon in different parts of my programs up until that moment. I have felt an inclination to the Isle of Avalon. I feel very Celtic in my history. I am drawn to reading books about Avalon. Like Avalon was a name that was associated to them, the last mystical island of magic shrouded in clouds that I felt completely attuned to frequency-wise. So when Spirit was like, your name is Avalon, I was like, yeah, but that's a place to me. Like that's a location that I dream about visiting in Glastonbury. How is that my name? And so when I got up from that meditation and I walked out to these beautiful humans that were running this event, and I said, Maggie, Sky, I just got the most amazing message in my meditation, but it feels really weird. And they said, what is it? And I said, I was just told my name is Avalon. And here's the thing, you're at the right place at the right time with the right people. And so both of these people said, you know what? My name wasn't Maggie when I got to Colorado. My name wasn't Sky when I got to Colorado. We actually changed our names. Maybe it's Colorado. And I was like, huh. But what are the chances of me receiving a name with people running a retreat or an event that had also received the message that they needed to change their name? So it was, cosmic in a way. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. And so, I mentioned it to the people who were at the writers retreat. And so we kind of had fun. I just kind of dabbled with them calling me Avalon that night. But then reality sets in and I'm going home and I'm like, I can't actually change my name. Like that's a lot of work that involves a lot. And so I let it go. I just dropped it. Time I got back to Canada, I was like, I am Tamara. It's fine. A year and a half later, I had moved to Vancouver Island and I was having a womb massage or a pelvic massage, however you want to call it. And she was energetically working at the space of my fallopian tubes. And for some reason, I felt the need to bring this story up. I was at a writer's retreat last year. I received that my name was Avalon, And she says to me, I need you to know that when you start talking about this, everything in your fallopian tubes, in your womb, it starts to open. And I was like, oh yeah, that's intense. But when I got off the table and I went to leave and I was paying for my massage. She was at the door and she's like, should we just change your name to Avalon in the books now? And I was like, ugh. For some reason, in that particular moment, it was real to me. It felt really real. And so I drove home and I got home and I had just joined a mastermind and we were having our first call. And we tuned in and it started with a glorious meditation. And as I closed my eyes and I got into the zone, you can notice meditation is a big deal in my storyline here. Anyway, so we're doing a meditation, a visualization, and the instructor is like, we're going to throw our old identities in the river. We're going to let them go right now. Symbolic? I think so. And so I'm sitting there and I'm envisioning, now that I've got this name Avalon coming through to me, it's me just like letting it all go into the river. And then spirit comes in, clear as day again, and says, your name is Avalon Starlight. Of the earth and of the sky, as above, so below, you're a portal. When I opened my eyes from that meditation, I thought it would just be fun. I put like where you place your name in a Zoom to Avalon Starlight. I saw it in front of me and it was like electricity in my body. It could make me cry a little bit right now because it's just like, it was this deep, innate knowing that spirit had given me my name, the name that was true for me. And I was like, that's my name, Avalon Starlight. Did I understand that I was of the earth and of the sky, as above so below, you're a portal? No, because to me, spirit speaks in a bit of riddles at times. I actually watched a funny meme the other day where it was like, what you think spirit says, like, oh, you're going to change your name. Oh, you're a this, you're a that. But what really happens is spirit goes like, pigeon, green meadow. And you're like supposed to decipher it on your own when it's time. But anyway, I received the message I was a portal, which has come to me many, many times since then and kind of like, ironed out a little bit more. But the story is that in these moments where we get opportunities to allow ourselves to be guided, to be supported, to receive messaging from a source greater than us, whether it's your higher self, whether it is angels, your cosmic team, higher dimensional beings, but we receive guidance and support that is meant to steer us in our path in some form or some way. And that's what getting my name felt like. It felt like spirit was like, everything about you is perfect. The name you were born with was great. However, this is your spirit name. This is the name you are meant to embody stepping forward from this point forward. And I have, like, from that day on, that has become my name. And my goal and my intention is to actually legalize it by the end of 2023. I'd moved to BC. And when I moved back to Ontario, it takes a year of living back in the province for me to actually legally change my name. So that's why I haven't legally changed it yet. But like, I wanted to share this story. If you've been following me for the last 7 years and were curious when this all came about, and I wanted to give you the story because as empaths, highly sensitive people, spiritual entrepreneurs, those tuned into higher dimensional frequencies, able to connect with source, creator, spirits, angels, and so on, receiving these messages, if you're receiving them, they're true, they're real, they are actually happening, and they give you opportunities. Like, I believe that my voice, my higher self voice, is always placing me in the exact path that I'm meant to be going. I do not question it. Even when I get messages that are like, you want me to do what now? Including changing my name. There was a moment when you're like, I didn't listen, right? I didn't listen when they told me my name was Avalon in the first place. It took over a year before I was like, okay, got it. My name is Avalon Starlight, and maybe that's why I waited, was so I could get the full breath of my new name. But I was also nervous and I was also scared. And sometimes spirit gives us things that feel really, really big, too big for us to step into right away. And you get to receive the way that you are meant to receive. But I can promise you, every time that I have ever listened to spirit's message for me and taken action on it, everything has felt easy. Everything has felt aligned. I have always had the best results in my business and in my life. Like, it truly is as if there is an angel version of me looking down seeing the path of least resistance and guiding me, giving me this information. And I want to share that if this happens to you, maybe you receive names or ideas, or, some people call it downloads. I just know that there's a voice that supports, that guides and loves me. And when I receive whatever it is that comes into my vortex, I do it. Even if it makes me want to poop my pants. It is the most important relationship that I have on this earth. And I know that sounds really big because I have kids and I have a husband and I have all these kinds of things, but this voice is all encompassing. It is a representation of me. And when I am at my highest vibration, I am a better mother. I am a better wife. I am a better human. I show up in different ways for my communities, for my clients, for everybody. And so when I was asking what to record a podcast on, this is the message that I received. Tell this story. Let them know that the voices and the guidance that they receive are from their higher self. You will know it's your higher self because it feels like there's no negativity involved. It doesn't feel like you're hurting anything or anyone. It is directed to you specifically. It is asking you to do, to be, to grow, to expand, to try, to step into something new. And that's the growth edge, right? So I hope you enjoyed this. And do you receive voices or messaging or information? Mine comes as my own voice. It comes as if it's speaking behind me, but it is very clearly a different resonance. And I would love to know, have you received any of these messages for yourself? And if you have, what is this guidance supported you in? What have you shown up differently doing? Has it been like, oh, create this book? Like mine have been like, create these decks, write this book, teach A Course in Miracles, like include this in a program, change the name, change your name. Like these have all been ways that guidance and support has helped and supported me, guided me. I would love to hear how it has done so for you. If you are still listening, drop your information in the comments. I love relationship and getting to know you guys better. So share how spirit has guided you in the comments below.